You have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this, my gorgeous Aquarius. You are going to have this opportunity in order to put an end to something that has been draining you so much, that has been affecting you for way too long. My gorgeous Aquamarini, you have been going through like quite difficult things in life. And I know I'm talking about this again, but it is important because karmically you are still dealing with bits and pieces, with certain things in your life that have already come to an end. I know that you need like maybe the certain amount of strength and confidence and courage to deal with certain things, because most of the things that you need to deal with and you need to kind of work out how you're going to come to an end with them are also like kind of really it's to do with the major parts, you know, of your lives, especially when it comes to your emotions. And this is why you need to kind of really get to the certain point in your life when you are going to feel enlightened enough in order to really kind of gather enough strength also on another hand to come out, to step out of your own comfort zone. You stepping out from, you know, out of your own comfort zone, my gorgeous Aquamarini, it's going to become absolutely obvious, especially when it comes to the 17th and 18th and the 19th of March 2023, where someone very specific in your life, it's really gonna do something completely out of order, something really stupid, something really silly, something really crazy, and something really annoying. This in itself, normally you would absolutely hate. Normally you would not like this whatsoever. Normally this would really affect you in such a way where you would feel emotionally drained for way too long. And this is to do with a specific person in your life who almost like kind of still has some kind of like a power over you. You need to snap out of it. And the reason why these 3 days are going to be so important is because, you know what, to be quite honest with you, this person is gonna do all the job by themselves. They will do something that, you know, on one hand you're gonna be like, I can't believe you've done that, but then on another hand you're not gonna be surprised whatsoever, and then on another hand you are going to have such a great sense of release, because now finally you are gonna come out of like this very much so dark stage of your life. My gorgeous Aquamarini, it's like you have been going through like literally a tornado. And I know that this may not make sense to you, the way I speak, you know, it's maybe a little bit complex, you know, because I have so many informations when it comes to you, because I know for the fact how difficult time for you it was over the last 2 or 3 years. On an emotional levels, you've been dealing through so much, with so much, and yet it's easy for people to say and criticize, oh, you've done this or you've done that. But people can criticize and say certain things about you only because they're being so selfish in order to kind of reflect in a specific way. And I mean this because, you know, they have not been in your shoes. So the people who would say something against you or criticize you don't even know what they're talking about, because if they were in your shoes over the last 2 or 3 years, they wouldn't even come on top. They wouldn't even survive what you went through. My gorgeous little fighters, you are spiritual warriors. So these people who are criticizing you, they can't understand you, and they're most certainly and most importantly not worth of your time. So I'm just saying that emotionally you've been going through so much over the last 2 or 3 years. Emotionally you were like kind of like, oh my god, all around the place, but it was caused by one specific person. And the problem is that right towards the end of 2022, in December 2022, right at around the end of December, the most was happening to you. You were like all around the place. You've been through so much, you've made so many decisions, decisions, so many important choices, and you really thought that something came to an end with this other person, what this other person in your life has caused. You thought that this came to an end, and you really were like almost 99.5% right out of it, you know. And then boom, 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 January 2023 happened, and then February 2023 happened. And the problem in January 2023, because you just did a little U-turn, like a little boomerang, you just came back from a way you didn't want to, kind of, you just went back where you didn't want to go back. But this is normal. You must not blame yourself, because karmically, the reason why you still didn't put a stop and to an end to a specific situation in your life, my gorgeous Aquamarini, it's only because of karma. And karma makes a really big impact in our lives, whether people believe in karma or not. But karmically, you still have a little bit of like a bit of bits and pieces to deal with when it comes to karma. And this is why sometimes we make an important decision and we go so far, and then we are just pulled back, you know, like almost immediately to where we were before. But it's not. It only feels like it. Trust me, this is finally going to come to an end. This is so brilliant, and you're not going to be emotionally disconnected. You're not going to be affected by this whatsoever, because trust me, there is so much you realized about yourself, especially in January. Through January 2023, you just realize so much about yourself, trust me. And February also, you are realizing right now so much about yourself, and subconsciously you're just kind of healing yourself in this process that is preparing you for this very important moment in time. So something is going to come to an end, but this is so important for you, because you will realize, only then you will realize how much was this actually holding you back. And when that happens within these 3 days that I mentioned, you will see, you know, by the time you will see why the 25th of March, for example, it's going to be so important. Because if that didn't unfold itself in the way it did, you wouldn't be able to notice this important choice on the very 25th of March 2023. And this important choice that you are going to notice, it's going to be that you're going to become aware of. You would never notice this before, but you will see the importance of it. It's going to be absolutely giant and enormous, especially when it comes to you like really kind of creating a very powerful point in your life when it comes to laying down foundations that are not only going to bring security to you and to you, for example, but to those people who are so close to you as well. And this is what this energy was doing. It was making you to not to see things clearly, and also at the time you weren't respecting yourself as much as you were much as you should respect yourself. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you were disrespecting yourself. I'm just saying that somebody was just honestly, oh my God, this person that I'm talking about, it is just like almost as someone possesses some kind of power over you, but it's down to you. It's up to you, okay, if you're gonna allow this or not. So this is why this is so important, because you are, thank God, are going to snap out of it. And also when it comes to the actual numerology, my gorgeous Aquamarini, your number is 0702. It's like, oh my God, two mind-blowing situations which are really going to surprise you. They're going to happen to you really spontaneously. One specific situation that is going to happen to you completely spontaneously, it's going to be connected to somebody in your life also, again, somebody who you had a misunderstanding with, and that person is going to surprise you. That person is really going to surprise you, and this is going to be beautiful. This is going to be brilliant. I think it's to do with you misunderstanding yourself with somebody in your life, somebody a little bit older, somebody extremely wise, and somebody who you have fallen out with, not as such fallen out with, but it's just like kind of you lost understanding in between you two, and just because you didn't agree about certain aspects, that this may be like somebody like a fatherly figure or even a motherly figure, but somebody a little bit older and really wise, who is actually going to step through forward, and they are really going to surprise you this month. Something is going to be offered to you, but this is something that you could have only dreamed about, like through that person. So something is going to be offered to you, or something is going to be given to you, and that is going to be the moment in time, my gorgeous Aquamarini, when your whole life is about to change. You're going to realize that you are someone very important. You're going to realize your own strength. You're going to realize how wise you are, how intelligent and how clever you are as well. That's the first situation that you're going to have that is going to surprise you according to this powerful numerology number. And another situation that you are going to have, which is going to happen at around the end of the month as well. You know, it's just going to be, again, and I'm not surprised because you're so sensitive when it comes to spirits and your guardian angels. You are yet again going to be visited by somebody that died, somebody that passed away. But it's almost as if that person, before they passed away, they felt a very strong connection with you, and before they passed away, they wanted to tell you something really badly. They wanted to make you aware of something. They wanted to let you know something, but they couldn't. And that spirit is going to be keep on coming back and coming back and coming back, and you, until you become aware of what this spirit is trying to tell you, and what this spirit is badly and terribly trying to tell you. That spirit is going to be keep on coming back, and it's somebody who died, and somebody who used to be in your life. Maybe this person died when you were a baby. Maybe this person died like within the last couple of years. It doesn't really matter. But that spirit is going to be keep on coming back until you actually realize what are they trying to tell you. And they're trying to really make you aware of, again, my goodness, again, they're going to try to make you aware of, like, someone who is, like, really, who you should be staying away from, someone who you should be ignoring. That spirit is going to be really worried, and perhaps most likely at around the time you are going to feel a little bit negative, a little bit sad, and almost a little bit hurt when it comes to thinking about someone who has been making you unhappy anyway. So this spirit is going to come through forward to try to make you aware of exactly like who this is. But how you will know this is because you're going to feel emotional at the time about someone in your life, and then something unusual is going to happen, and it's going to be like, oh my God, I think it's time for me to move on now, type of thing. Okay, so, and also, you know, I really like it when it comes to the months of March 2023, my gorgeous Aquamarini, because you are really, it's all about you leaving something behind, you know, leaving the situation that, you know, only you can do this, only you can move away from this, only you can move forward. It's you finally like, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Raise your vibration, my gorgeous Aquamarini, raise your vibration, because by the time March comes to an end, your life, it's gonna be like, oh my God, your life is going to be back where it should be, where it should have been for a while, but you needed to go through this time in order to reflect and maybe pick up on a certain things, so you don't kind of make the same mistakes in your life again. We live and learn, and that's important when it comes to our spirit, through our own understanding, whether we're going to be keep on repeating certain things that are bringing us down, or whether we're going to gather this knowledge and just move on, baby, with life, with all the kind of relevant wiseness. All right, love. All the relevant wiseness. So this is the first time where you are really firmly going to be able to walk away from the certain situation, because you will know that this is coming to an end, and at the same time you will know that this is the right thing to do, but at the same time you are gonna prevent a nasty dark bastard tower. So if you don't walk away from this situation in your life that is going to arise in March, then you are going to become more emotional towards things, around things that you shouldn't become emotional about, and that is only going to lead towards a dark tower. So you are going to kind of prevent a very dark and negative tower in your life. You will fully understand what you are doing, and I absolutely love this. And at the same time, you know, my gorgeous Aquamarine, when it comes to this month, you really are going to find yourself being nostalgic, like quite nostalgic, especially when it comes to the 16th of March, 1/6, and the 26th of March. These 2 days, you need to pay attention to what exactly are you thinking when you are nostalgic, what exactly is on your mind, which people exactly are appearing in your mind, but most importantly, you need to understand that through your own like kind of nostalgia, you're gonna realize something like some kind of a project or something. You're gonna realize some kind of unrealized project, something that you wanna do, something that you used to do, something that you wanna work on, something that you want to bring into this present moment in time. And I really, really like this because it's clearly going to show you what's missing. Sometimes we stop doing certain things in life that are making us feel so passionate, that elevates us, purely because we need to learn other things that helps us with our own unique experience in order to reflect on those things that we used to do. Sometimes we need to gather the different experience from completely different things in life in order to make our spirit grow, and in order to pick up on the specific informations that we would never pick up on if we didn't kind of move on for a while. So now you're about to return to something very, very special, my gorgeous Aquamarine. And at the same time, when it comes to Oracle card, you have to trust yourself. See this? You have to trust yourself. So you have to trust yourself, you have to trust your intuition, and at the same time, you see your psychic abilities are going to be highlighted throughout the month of March. And the psychic abilities that are going to be highlighted are also going to lead towards an important inspiration. Something is going to inspire you this month, like for the first time, like ever. And this is when things are going to start become very interesting indeed. And also, you can expect a rather unexpected change, my gorgeous Aquamarine, when it comes to the month of March. But at the same time, this unexpected change, it's going to help you actually so much in order to come to conclusion with something, some kind of problem that was on your mind for the last 3 months. You will know and understand that this is going to be consisting of you having an important compromise, which is going to make you feel like, oh God, maybe I don't want to talk to certain people. But then something very unusual is going to happen. Instead of being negative, it's going to turn out to be really positive, and that in itself is going to be important because there is something that is going to inspire you when it happens to that conversation, especially when it comes to you being unhappy and you may be feeling a lonely little bit. And also by the end of this month, my gorgeous Aquamarine, you are going to have such a powerful idea, such an important idea, how to change, how to transform your life. This is going to be consisting of a rather wise choice that you are going to make, and this wise choice you are going to make at the time when you become aware of this important clarity. And that clarity that you are going to become aware of, it's going to make you feel so happy because it's going to open your eyes, and it's also going to show you the way in terms of like now it's time, you know, to take on certain things in your life that are only going to bring you so much more happiness and success in time to come. When it comes to the actual nutrition, my gorgeous Aquamarine, I highly suggest you to take a natural vitamin D3. Keep on taking it. Nowadays, even if we are in the sun, sadly, even if we are in the sun every day, it's still not enough. There is so much going on, really. So now basically what you need to kind of like make sure that you are taking natural vitamin D3 supplement, which is going to boost your immune system. It's going to help you with energy levels. It's going to be very beneficial for your bones, especially when it comes to boosting your immune system in combination with natural zinc picolinate and also natural zinc picolinate, it's going to be superb when it comes to your skin, hair and nails as well. And the third supplement I highly recommend you is organic chlorella. You should be taking this because it's rich in protein and omega-3 essential fatty acids, and our body cannot produce essential fatty acids by itself, but it's super essential when it comes to our mind, when it comes to our brain, when it comes to our memory. And also organic chlorella is fantastic when it comes to detoxifying our body from the dangerous metals. Okay, so this is something that I need to stress, because dangerous metals are everywhere, and if you don't protect yourself by taking organic chlorella, then you may then your body might have difficulties when it comes to absorbing certain nutritions as well. And if that happens, then things can become really bad indeed. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor. You just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. And of course that I had to come up with my own brand. I had to come up with my own brand because it was very difficult to find decent vitamins out there without any rubbish, horrible ingredients and things like that. So this is a natural vitamin D3. You should be taking this. This is a natural zinc picolinate. You should be taking this, and this is a big mama, natural organic chlorella. You see, you should be taking this as well. So now you can buy these supplements. You will see the link is in the description below. Just click on the name of this video and you will see the description. It's going to expand, or you can just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins, and my page is going to come up that way as well. I highly recommend you to get these babies because they are made with a highly exceptional quality ingredients. Now, the very first date that I would like to recommend to you, my gorgeous aquamarini, are going to be the 5th, 6th and the 7th of March, okay? On the 5th, 6th and the 7th of March, you are going to have a new idea. Okay, pay attention to this new idea that you are going to have, but very quickly you are going to also forget about that new idea. But I'm going to talk about it I'm going to talk about it soon, don't worry. So first of all, I want to say on the 5th, 6th and the 7th of March, you are going to have this new idea. Maybe write it down. You don't really need to, because you will be reminded of this new idea, so don't worry about it. The second important date is going to be on the 11th of March. Now on the 11th of March, what you need to understand, okay, on the 11th of March, what you need to understand is that you are going to feel a little bit dissatisfied, and you're going to feel a little bit disappointed. And the reason why you're going to feel a little bit dissatisfied and disappointed is because you're going to realize that you're trying to fit in somewhere where you don't belong, okay? So you're going to try to realize exactly. So first of all, you're going to feel dissatisfied and disappointed, but then this is going to happen because you're trying to fit in somewhere where you don't belong to, and that in itself is like kind of making you feel a little bit disconnected. Now, you know what? Basically what is going to happen, because the problem is that was making you really insecure, that was making you really obstructed and restricted. And now, you know, what is actually going to happen is at around the same time, there is going to be such a good news that you are going to have, especially when it comes to the victory and some kind of achievement and some kind of success. Now, this is important because this in itself is going to show you and provide you with like a clear progress, and that in itself is kind of going to show you the way. But then on another hand, it's also like kind of going to open your eyes, and it's going to make you feel so good because you are going to realize certain skills and how powerful you are, how strong you are, how resistant you are, how important you are, how unique you are, how magnificent you are, you know. And this also, it's going to make you feel so good because you will know that now you will be able to use these skills in order to not only become really successful, but to also become a rather independent independent. You are going to feel very strong and self-assured. You're going to feel extremely kind of optimistic, enthusiastic, and at the same time you are going to be inspiring others as well. When I say this is going to be connected to those people in your life that are very much so connected to you and mean to you so much. The fact that you are going to become aware of the victory, achievement and success here, it's also going to help you to gain an insight, and that in itself is going to help you to get a different perspective, and this is going to give you the sense of timing, so how long is something going to take, but it's also going to kind of show you the voluntary sacrifice as well here. So it's important to mention that, you know, this is going to help you to get a different perspective, you know, on things that you felt like dissatisfied and disappointed about, and also it's going to help you to gain a different perspective on you feeling insecure and obstructed. And it's important because it's all going to lead towards you developing right now and having an absolutely clear plan, exactly what you're going to do. You're going to feel ready to go, but this is all about you choosing to move forward, but at the same time understanding, it's like, oh my God, that you are going to need to leave your comfort zone. And in fact, by the 17th of March, so you see, why did I say to you to wait when I said about this idea that I said to you that you're going to have on the 5th, 6th and the 7th of March? This idea that I started these dates with, now it's going to be connected to the 11th of March, because you developing and having a clear plan and being ready to go, that's in itself going to require from you to choose to move forward. But that you can only do if you leave your comfort zone. So now by the 17th of March, and the 17th of March is going to be very, very important when it comes to that idea that I mentioned on the 5th, 6th and the 7th of March. So the 17th of March is going to be important because that idea that I mentioned on the 5th, 6th and the 7th of March, it's going to play an absolutely huge role when it comes to you moving forward with your life and leaving your comfort zone. So this is why I said to you that you must not forget about this idea here, whatsoever. And also, my gorgeous aquamarine, what I was going to recommend you, look at this beauty here. Absolutely gorgeous, very striking, very beautiful, very unique and very different. Check this out, very striking. This is silicone crystal, my gorgeous aquamarine. I want to recommend this to you because it's going to bring you feeling of lightness and sense of serenity. It creates clear heart connection with the divine. Therefore, you become so much more powerful just by wearing it, because it helps you to be honest with yourself at a time when there may be some very strong people around us with a very powerful and strong energy that may overshadow us. They don't have to be vile, horrible or evil or negative, no baby, no, but because that sometimes you're surrounded by the people with a strong energy. If there is something bad going on within their personal environment, or if they have some problems at home or dealing with certain issues, then they don't have to be horrible people, but they're still projecting this strong energy on you, and you're like a spiritual sponge, my gorgeous aquamarine, indeed. So this is why I highly recommend you to get a silicone and wear it. This gorgeous silicone pendant comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. And if you also know someone who can benefit from this, just get it for them. I would love if someone was buying this for me. The second important date, my gorgeous aquamarine, it's going to be on the 21st of March. Now you need to understand that the 21st of March, I have a very much so an urge. I have an urge to go to the toilet. No, I'm joking. That's terrible. I've got an urge to take an oracle card. That's what I meant. I have an urge to take an oracle card. So now the 21st of March, like a basically like on the 21st of March, this is like, oh my God, listen, there is something is coming to an end here. The 21st of March, something is coming to an end. But most importantly, on the 21st of March, you know, the new phase is about to begin. Oh my God, the new phase is about to begin. And you will know what came to an end And that in itself, this just came out, you see this, I don't even have to do anything, yeah, here, see this, trust, you have to trust yourself, you know, you have to trust what you're going to see, what you're going to realize, what you're going to understand about yourself. Again, psychic ability, it's again, the same oracle card is coming out, the psychic ability, you have to trust yourself, you have to trust your psychic ability, and you see this, like, because you see this card is to do with the fertility, but it's really to do with, like, the beginning of something very, very, very special, something very tiny, very, very little, very insignificant, but it's going to change your whole life. It's going to take over in the best possible way. But now that's how it needs to be. It needs to be like something really tiny, insignificant, you know, and it's going to grow into something absolutely massive. Okay, the beginning of some kind, you're going to give birth to something which is at the same time going to start the process of healing in your life. So not only on the 21st of March, the new phase, it's about to begin. The new phase is about to begin, because you are now going to transition where you're going to need to reevaluate certain things in your life, you know, because you're not only going to transition, but you're also going to gain some kind of insight on this particular day, which is going to open your eyes, and it's going to make you aware of the fact that you need to reevaluate, you know, certain things in your life, especially when it comes to old beliefs, you know. And this in itself, it's only going to push you towards you wanting to find new truths, you know. And this in itself is really going to make you aware of the fact, you know, that you're going to become very curious here about learning something, you know. And you need to do this, you need to do this, you know. You're going to become very curious about learning something, and this is not just happening because something is going to be on your mind, you know, somehow. Oh, I want to learn about this, oh, I want to learn about that. Don't forget about these little subtle, amazing psychic messages. Just remember the power of your third psychic eye. It's going to be like really kind of guiding you. So you're going to become aware of like what you need to learn. And that in itself, it's really going to kind of like be the moment in time where you are building upon your own success, especially when it comes to you being very, very established indeed. You know, on the 21st of March, it's very important also because you are going through some kind of a mental recovery here. You know, that a certain very, very deep wounds, you know, that are going to heal a very, very kind of slow, that we're healing very slowly. But now this is going to become kind of evident here. You're not going to be thinking like, oh yeah, I'm going through mental recovery, I'm going through mental recovery. No, baby, no. But you're going to be feeling like, oh, it's time to engage with something new. It's time to engage with something new, you know, and that in itself, it's going to make you feel like, and this is going to be a sign that you are really going through mental recovery, you know, and some kind of deep wounds are healing very slowly, but most certainly you are going to kind of feel this, and it's going to reflect on you in such a way where you're going to feel like it's time to engage with something new. And now suddenly you're going to feel like, oh, you want to have a fresh start. You're going to feel very spontaneous, you know, and you are really kind of entering the stage of your life where you are going to become aware of the boundless potential indeed. So pay attention to things that you come across and to things that are interesting you in the stage, in the period in between the 21st and the end of that month, 21st of March and the end of that month as well. Another thing I was going to recommend, it's like, oh my God, absolutely beautiful. Look at this. Crazy Lace Jasper. Look at that pattern. Look how gorgeous this is. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know how good this camera is. See, absolutely beautiful. Just holding this, I want to talk more. I have more energy. I feel more courageous. I feel more spiritual. You know, it's so powerful, Crazy Lace Jasper, because it's not only just stunningly beautiful, but it's also ward off evil eye, and it brings joy and absorbs emotional pain. So when we are going through something very difficult, we are just human beings. We're affected by it. You know, we can't help. It's the way we are, you know, and when we are going through something really difficult and emotional, sadly, other things in life gets affected by it. It's like a spiritual domino effect. So this helps you to shut certain things down around you that are only like there to irritate you and make you feel negative and sad. So this in itself really helps you to kind of shut it down, to ignore this, and to kind of focus on your strength and to focus on things that you need to focus on. So immediately really slaps you in the face with the best balance that you need in order to kind of be very successful with things that you're actually working on. So this gorgeous crazy lace jasper comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. And again, if you know someone else who can benefit from it, just get for them. Another important date, it's going to be on the 24th of March. On the 24th of March, this is quite interesting what is going to happen. On the 24th of March, you're going to have a quite surprising achievement. And that surprising achievement that you are going to have, it's really kind of going to also motivate you, and it's going to show you an energized potential. So just pay attention to that surprising achievement that you are going to have. It's not only about your passion being ignited, but at the same time it's going to show you the very much so an energized potential, especially when it comes to things that you were dealing with that caused you overburdened feeling and excessive pressures in your life that were like kind of followed by problems, especially over the last 11 months indeed. And the last important date is going to be on the 27th of March. Now the 27th of March, someone really kind of important here, somebody like who is pretty much so very unusual person in your life, somebody very quirky, somebody very spiritual, extremely spiritual, someone who has an understanding of like thousands of years, someone who is like from this earth, but I don't want to say planet, but somebody who is from this earth, and somebody who is from this earth but is so wise, it's so special, it's so amazing, and it's so different, and you completely understand this person at a time when no one understands this person. You understand this person really well. Now, that particular person is somebody who's very psychic. I've been seeing this person in your life, somebody very spiritual. Whether this is like your family member, whether this is someone who you know, whether this is your best friend, whether this is like some kind of a psychic counselor, some kind of psychic, or however, you do feel a very, very strong connection with this person. So somebody very intuitive, psychic, is really going to come forward out of the blue at a very strange time of the day as well, very unusual time of the day or time of the night. That person is going to reach forward, and something is going to be unusual at the time when you get this message, whether this is going to be really early in the morning, whether this is going to be like really late at night, whether this is going to happen at maybe at 3:33 p.m. Do you know what I mean? 3:33 a.m. Something is going to be so specific and unusual at a time when you get this message. You need to pay attention to why are you thinking that this is an unusual time, because by that timing you're also going to be able to use the numbers connected to when you got that message, when you're going to be able to read like a mind-blowing sign that you will be able to translate through this, like which is going to follow exactly 7 days after this moment in time. There is an unusual sign that you're going to have that is again going to be connected to these numbers, which is going to confirm to you exactly that you should be going for something, you know, and otherwise you wouldn't recognize this. But the bottom line is, when that person gets in touch with you, they are going to tell you something what you should be very straightforward with, what you should be very direct with. And that person is going to point out as well some kind of something that you should do, and this is really going to surprise you, but it's important because it's going to bring a steady progress in your life. It's going to put you off because it's to do with the hard work and too many changes, but you should still do this. And it's also to do with a certain plan that you may not like, that it may involve some other people who you still for a while have to be around. But this is important because by you doing this, you are going to become aware of some kind of hidden and buried things things which are about to emerge, and this is only going to show you and make you aware of some kind of deception, and which is going to confuse you just a little bit. But then again, you need this when it comes to your inner strength, because that in itself is going to help you so much when it comes to the mental conflict that you've been through over the last 2 months, especially when you were trying to make a very difficult choice. That difficult choice is not going to become a difficult choice anymore, because this situation is going to help you to weigh down on issues in a different way. So what you're going to see, it's needed. What you're going to see, it's important. What you're going to see, what you're going to become aware of, it's going to open your eyes. But most importantly, it's going to help you to make a relevant adjustment where it's really, really needed. So now, my gorgeous aquamarini, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you. Just move all these tarot cards around the side. Bye. So now, my gorgeous aquamarini, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen with those of you in relationship. Now, it's important for those of you in relationship, you know, I can see that you're going to take like a little break or something. You're going to take a little break. You will want to recharge, whether this is going to be a day away somewhere, a couple of days away somewhere, maybe a week away somewhere, maybe it's just going to be half a day somewhere in the forest. But I do know that the couples, you will go somewhere and you're going to take a little break this month and you're going to recharge. This is going to be important when it comes to your soul, when it comes to your spirit, but also something is going to happen when you take that break, when you go somewhere. You know, something is going to happen. You're both going to have such an interesting experience, and this interesting experience that you are going to have, it's going to open your both eyes, and it's going to kind of put you in the mode that you want to find out more about something. And that in itself means that you're both going to have an experience which is going to give you so much clarity, but then at the same time it's gonna like kind of be connected to you doing something really wise that you want to do. It's gonna give you an idea what you both want to do, and that in itself is going to require from both of you to be smart leaders in order to make the necessary step. So you will go somewhere like taking a little break, and you will see that there was a very special reason that you actually went there, because I'm talking about this mind-blowing inspiration which you're both going to have, and this is needed so much when it comes to you moving forward with your lives. And when it comes to those of you who are single and ready to mingle, you see, my gorgeous aquamarine, it's not only about waiting for someone, finding someone, but sometimes in life you do need to take a little break. Sometimes in life you do need to be on your own a little bit. Sometimes in life you just need to go through things by yourself in order to pick up on the energy levels in your own unique way. And I know this sounds a little bit weird, but it's just like basically if you are looking for someone and you're waiting to like someone very special, it is not going to happen this month, my gorgeous aquamarini. But what is going to happen is going to be even more important. You're going to realize your own resilience. You're going to realize your own power. You're going to realize your own strength. And this is going to happen at a time where you are at around the 14th of March. You're going to think like you know, you're going to think like about like it's about you realizing that you shouldn't be taking things for granted. And it's important to understand where this is coming from, because that in itself, it's going to make you aware that first of all you need to self-reevaluate, you need to recenter yourself. And when you realize this, you know, that in itself, it's really kind of going to make you feel a little bit like a couple of days after. So first of all, you're going to realize this, like that you are taking things for granted on the 14th of March, for example. And then a couple of days later, on the 16th of March, you are going to feel a very, very creative. At around the 16th of March, you're going to feel very creative. You're going to do something personal that is going to make you feel so good, that is going to make you feel so happy. What you're going to be working on, it's going to like a really kind of it's going to be enhancing your energy in so many different ways. So on the 16th of March, you are going to feel extremely creative, and And that in itself is the direct result of you recentering and regrounding yourself a couple of days earlier on the 14th. So by the 16th of March, you're going to feel very, very creative. And this in itself is a direct result of what was happening a few days earlier. And that in itself, it's going to make you do something. You will be working on something that's so important to you, like painting, drawing, whatever you love doing. You know, I'm just guessing now. And now suddenly you are going to have this intuitive psychic message. And that psychic message, it's really going to make you aware of the fact that someone is coming into your life. And it's not going to be that long. But at the same time, that psychic and intuitive message is going to make you aware of the fact that only now, slowly but surely, you are becoming ready to actually let someone new into your life. But beforehand, you need to find out something else that is going to be on your mind. There is also some kind of place that is going to be on your mind that you will want to visit. The answer is going to be in that place. And you will see exactly what I mean when it comes to someone coming into your life, okay? You just wait, my gorgeous aquamarine. Slowly but surely, someone is coming, but you need to go through this first, because this in itself, it's also going to lead towards such a powerful moment of enlightenment where you're only going to realize, like, why things hasn't been happening for you in a while now, on romantic terms, for example. But when it comes to someone very super special coming into your life, because this in itself is going to open the door for someone very, very special indeed. Okay, my gorgeous aquamarini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.